Hey guys, welcome back. Now here at Technobabble, we've been around for 7 months, right? We've had the pleasure of reviewing so many products. We've reviewed phones, smart home products, of course, headsets, and all sorts of stuff. But I wanted to review my very first laptop. And not only that, I wanted to go crazy. I wanted the most ridiculous laptop that we could find to review. And I got it. We're going to review the ASUS ROG Mothership. Okay, so here it is. This thing is so massive. I've actually had to zoom out so the framing is a bit different just so that I can fit this in. All right, now this thing obviously is an absolute beast. Let's go through the specs first. So it's got a Core i9, okay? And not just that, it's a Core i9 9980HK. So if there's a K there, that means that it's actually overclockable. So you've got an overclockable chip, an i9 overclockable chip in your laptop, all right? All right. Your RAM, you've got 64 gigabytes of RAM. You have two 512 gigabyte SSDs, NVMe SSDs by the way, and the graphics card. Right, so you've got a GeForce RTX 2080, which is not the highest, but it is a RTX 2080 desktop grade. You're not talking about Max-Q or anything like that. Okay, they've gone full desktop, all right? I mean, you can see, looking at all of this, it's full of grills and everything. We'll talk a bit more about the cooling later on, but it's insane. There is no other laptop like this on the market, and it kind of blows my mind. But I mean, we'll talk more about the laptop and its pricing, by the way, later on. This review is not going to be about stats and benchmarks. This is not going to be the point of this review. I just wanted to talk about the laptop in itself and how it really is a marvel of engineering and manufacturing. Is incredible. Okay, now first things first about the laptop. Being a gaming laptop, you've got RGB everywhere. Okay, you've got RGB on the keyboard, and by the way, the keyboard is not mechanical. It's still a chiclet keyboard, but it's got a good travel distance to it, which is quite nice. At the back as well, here you've got RGB, and if you look at it, it's first of all very different from your usual laptop. It's kind of like an inverter, and I think everyone can see it that it's kind of follows some of the trademarks of the Surface, whereas your components are not under your keyboard. Your components are behind the screen, okay? And you've got this kickstand or flip stand or whatever you want to call it. You've got your keyboard at the bottom, and not just that, the keyboard is detachable, also like the Surface. But it goes one step further. You can actually fold it, all right? And once you fold it, it shows a USB Type-C, all right? So you've got two choices. You can either do it here. You can enable wireless, and you've got basically a wireless keyboard, and this becomes like an AIO PC, all right? The other option is you can connect a Type-C cable directly to the mothership, and it becomes a wired keyboard. I'm guessing probably so that you get better latency, lack of big latency or whatever you want to call it. But this is a really nice touch, and it also raises the keyboard out a bit higher, which I think is a bit better ergonomically. That's what I felt. One thing I will say about this is that when it's on the mothership, okay, when you put it on, when you're typing, because it's got a hinge in the center, when you're typing, the whole thing is sort of bending while you're typing. Now, it's not an issue, it's not going to break obviously, but it did bother me after a while. And if you're on a slightly uneven surface, you're going to get that sound. I think you can hear that right now. Obviously, the one thing I do really like about this is the audio. Now, I'm guessing because of the size, they've actually managed to fit in, I think they've got like 4 speakers here, and there's a lot of space for sort of like a chamber effect to increase the bass. And I would say, by far, it's got the best sounding speakers of any laptop on the market right now. And by the way, funny story, when ASUS contacted me and asked if I wanted to review the mothership, of course I said yes. They asked where to send it to, and so I said, okay, just send it to my office, I'll bring it back, because you know, every box or every laptop box when you come in, it's just going to be that slim thing that you carry around. But I got the surprise of my life when I saw the laptop at my office mailroom. It is massive. It looks like you could fit 20 laptops inside there. When you buy the ASUS ROG Mothership, it comes with a lot of stuff, all right? So it comes with this. Okay, this is the ASUS Strix Impact, which is a really good mouse, and I did like it. It's for those of you who prefer light gaming mice, this is definitely up your alley. All right. It also comes with the ASUS ROG Cerberus headset, okay, which is a pretty good headset as well. But it also comes with a backpack. And I know this review or this video is actually about the mothership, but that backpack, all right, it's called the ASUS ROG Ranger 2-in-1. Yeah, 2-in-1. So basically, what you're getting is 2 bags in one. And I have to say, and okay, first of all, it's not brand new. It's not like a new design. I think it's almost 2 years old. But in my opinion, that might just be the best gaming bag or whatever you call it I have ever seen. The compartment, the design, the fact that it's 2-in-1. To be honest, I want that bag. And ASUS, if you're watching this, I'm going to be contacting you really soon. I want to find this bag because it's impossible. I've checked on Amazon, I've checked on Lazada, I've checked everywhere, and I can't find this bag, and I want this bag so much. And in terms of pricing, I don't know how. I don't know how much it costs. I can't find it on Lazada. Amazon has the pricing because it just is unavailable. I found a website that stated the price or listed the price as $250, and I think US dollars, because it's not a Singaporean website. So I think it's $250 US dollars. But even at that price, I think it's actually worth it because, like I said, you're getting 2 bags, and both bags are fully functional. You both got straps and everything. And it is incredible, and I was just as impressed with the bag as I am with this. So yeah, if I find that bag, I'm buying it. Okay, and talking about the design of the mothership, now this thing is a heavy beast, okay? And one big reason for that is if you look at all these components or every single metal piece on this, now every one of these metal pieces was CNC'd from a single block of aluminium. So that does 2 things. Number one, you get very good heat dissipation. And number 2, it is so strong and it doesn't flex too much or anything like that. Absolutely incredible. And one thing you guys might be asking is like, oh, if all the components are behind the screen, doesn't that damage the screen or overheat the screen? They actually built a metal piece in between the components and the screen to help block the heat from the screen. And that is also CNC'd from a single block of aluminium. So that's why this thing is so heavy. By the way, this is like 10 pounds. So it's like 4.6 or 4.7 kilograms, which is heavy enough in itself. But when you couple it with the fact that you've got obviously your brick charger, something like this, all right, so this is the brick charger that comes with the ASUS ROG Mothership. Now, you don't need just one, you need 2. All right, I have never seen this on any other laptop. Yeah, you need 2. Otherwise, I don't think you can even game. You might actually drain battery if you're gaming with just one power brick. Okay, now I also want to talk about why this beast exists. But before that, I want to talk about the price. Okay, so we've had a lot of gaming laptops that are incredibly expensive. You've got $5,000 laptop. In fact, I think it was ASUS a few years ago that created a gaming laptop with a water cooling dock. I think that was like $6,000. And everybody was like, oh, that's ridiculous. That's not going to be something that everybody's going to buy. This mama right here, this is 10,000 Singapore dollars. Okay? I'll say it again, 10,000 Singapore dollars. All right, which straight away everyone is going to be saying, nah, that's stupid. No one's going to buy this. Why would they even do that? What is ASUS thinking? Blah, 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 blah. Now, I know why you would think that. Obviously, it doesn't seem to make any financial sense to sell it at $10,000 and expect it to be successful. Okay, but I really don't think that's the point of this laptop. Now, one example that I can give is like the Bugatti Veyron. And in the automobile industry, they do this quite often. Now, the Bugatti Veyron is like, yeah, it costs millions of dollars, but they actually make a loss with everyone that they sell. And I'm not talking about like a 3rd or 4th seller. I'm talking about selling directly from Bugatti to the buyer. Okay, now they actually make a loss because they spend so much money on R&D and the fact that a lot of the components in the car is handmade. It drove up the price, and you might think that, oh, it doesn't make any sense, but that's not really the point of the car. The main points, and I'm sure there are others, the main 2 points of the car, number 1 is really to showcase what can be done. So sort of like marketing, showing what Bugatti can do, you know. It is absolutely incredible car, one of the fastest car, and at the point of production, it was the fastest car, or the point of launch, it was the fastest car. But anyway, so it's really about showcasing what Bugatti can do. It brings up the brand, and it's sort of like marketing, giving everyone a very good impression of the Bugatti brand. So I feel like it's very similar with this. So this is like ridiculously one of the most, if not the most powerful gaming laptop that you could buy. It is ridiculously cost at $10,000. I don't know if they make a loss on the laptop, I really don't, but it accomplishes those two things as well. Number one, it showcases what can be done, or what ASUS can do. So sort of like bringing up the stature of ASUS, saying that, look, we can build this, we built it so well, we put in the desktop GPU in, and everything works. There's no overheating issues. It is not, okay, it is quite heavy and big, but it's not like massively big that it doesn't make any more sense. And also, it brings up the stature of the brand. It's like marketing as well. This is extremely well built, by far the most sturdy gaming laptop or anything that you will find anywhere on the market. Okay, now a couple of things I want to mention about the laptop that I feel maybe can be improved on. Number one, like I mentioned, the keyboard, I don't like that it flexes so much. And number two, the screen. Now they've decided to go with a 4K screen at 60 FPS. Now, I'm not a fan of this idea. In my opinion, a monitor or screen of this size, I really don't feel like you need a 4K screen. Anything from 2K and above is not really worth the step up, for two reasons. Number one, you've got 60 FPS. I feel like you get a better experience at 2K and maybe like 144 Hz than 4K at 60 Hz. I would definitely say I would notice the refresh rate a lot more than the resolution. So last thoughts, I'm not going to talk about whether you should buy this, alright? If you buy this, it's more about bragging rights than anything else. My own desktop, which is very similarly spec'd, the only difference is that it's I'm using an AMD chip, costs about a third of this, alright? But yeah, it's not about practicality. If you buy this laptop, if you do decide to buy this laptop, it is really about bragging rights and the fact that it is probably the coolest gaming laptop or looking laptop out there. So I'm more impressed about how they've built it. So I think it's more of a engineering and design marvel than anything else. And I applaud ASUS for building this to showcase. And like I said, I mean, the stuff that the design team have learned from building this, I hope that they can use that technology for their future laptops, because I am sure that because of what they learned here, they can use that for all their future laptops. And this is the ASUS ROG, man, what is this? GJ550K, I think. So this has a Core i7 chip with a GeForce GTX 850, all right? So I think you know where I'm going with this. I bought this laptop for myself, I think it was 6, maybe even 7 years. I think, yeah, about 6 years ago, I bought this laptop. And it still works perfectly fine till this day. In fact, I've given this laptop to my wife to use because her MacBook sucks. Anyway, I've been very impressed. Build quality, I mean, from 6-7 years ago, we're talking about an all metal finish. The keyboard is fantastic. The screen is really good till this day. And absolutely, I have not had any issues. So yeah, the point I'm trying to make is that every product that I've seen from ASUS has been really impressive. And with this, it's a couple of steps up. So I really hope that we see some of these design elements in future laptops. Anyway, this about wraps up this review. Now, if you like this video, you know what to do, and I would love it if you would subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to receive notifications on our next video. I'm JP, and I'll see you real soon.